It's here, you guys. The album is out. One Direction's Midnight Memories is out, and I have so much stuff to talk about. Oh my goodness. First of all, One Direction has been having an amazing few days. They performed yesterday on the American Music Awards. They had a 7-hour, it turned into an 8.5 hour broadcast with One D-Day. And they performed on X Factor. They've just done so many things, and oh my gosh, I just know they're tired. And it just makes me love them more to know that they are just wringing themselves out insanely to just please their fans. So One Direction, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Okay, let's talk about this. First things first, I got one copy of 17 magazine. This is the one with them all on the cover. This is a really old picture, but it's a recent magazine. I don't like it, but hello, I'm a fan, so I have to get the stuff. And then they each have individual photos, so there's 4 more covers. Ooh, can't count. 5 more covers that I'm on the lookout for. And then I also got a printout of their interview with Billboard magazine. I will be getting that, a physical copy of that magazine as well soon, so yay! And then I will be getting their book, their recent book that just came out. I forgot what it's called, but it's like the pink and white book. I'll be getting that this week too. So one deed up this week, babes. Okay, so I have tons of notes on my phone to talk about in regards to the album Midnight Memories. Tons of notes. So this is going to be a long video. So Directioners, sit back, relax. Let's get into this, y'all. All right, so third studio album in 3 years. They have been a band for 3 years. Okay. So the album is called Midnight Memories. It's their 3rd studio album in 3 years. Oh, and I have cats. Louis actually described this album as having a more rockier feel to it, which automatically excited me because I'm an 80s child. I love 80s music all day long. Bon Jovi, The Police. Give them to me. Give them to me. I want them now. Bruce Springsteen, I want them now. Okay, so the album is a little rockier, a bit more grown up. I'm looking down at my phone, I'm sorry. Let's see, they apparently were working on the album while they were on their first tour, the Take Me Home tour. Not the first tour, but their Take Me Home tour. And to know that they were on tour while making an album, jeez, what is wrong with you, One Direction? Sit down and breathe. Anyway, but no, don't. I appreciate all your work because I like more stuff from you. Anyway, let's see. Apparently, One Direction had more creative control this time around. I mean, it's their 3rd album, so I think it warrants it. But I do know that Simon Cowell was a little bit more hesitant to let them have a little bit more creative control because, you know, they weren't necessarily that experienced in that area. I mean, not to my knowledge. But then the thing is, you know, sometimes once artists try to take creative control of things, it can either go one way or the other. Haha, one way or another. Okay, sorry. So I can understand his hesitation because he created this, you know, and he didn't want it to see it go down the drain. But trust your boys, Cowell. Trust your boys. And you did. And that was very apparent. All of the boys, minus Zayn, co-wrote 12 to 15 of the songs depending on the album you select. Whether you get the standard version, which I think they did 12, and then if you get the deluxe version, then they did 15, something like that. It's really awesome. The album released today, November 25th, and yes, this is a Monday. This is New Music Monday. Once again, somebody has made a liar out of me by releasing music on Monday, so I have to talk about it today on Monday. So this is not New Music Tuesday, despite the title. The album did release today, like I said, but it leaked last Monday on November 18th, which I personally think was a marketing ploy. I just really think all these album leaking things aren't really album leaking things. I just really think that marketing is having something to do with this. I really do. And then fun fact about the album, Niall, do I have lipstick on teeth? Fun fact about the album is that Niall plays guitar more on this one. He plays the guitar more on this album. Like, so every time I hear a guitar lick on the album, I envision Niall, and I'm totally fine with that, even though it probably isn't him. Whatever. He plays more. That's cool. Okay, now let's get into my favorite tracks on the album. I personally have the deluxe version. I downloaded the deluxe version off of iTunes. And let me just preface it by saying that there are no bad tracks, and Rain is chewing my foot right now. Hi, sweetness. There are no bad tracks. None of these tracks are bad. They are all stellar for me. What I'm going to tell you are the songs that I have been playing more than others, and there are 9 of them, and there are 18 tracks on the song. So I've been on the 18 tracks on the deluxe album. So I have been playing half of the album more than the other half. Do our math. Okay, so my 9 tracks are Diana, which is a huge 80s, The Police, Joan Jett, you know, kind of feel, which is really cool. Then Story of My Life, of course, which is a Mumford & Sons-esque folky rock sound, which I really, really love. I think that was a smart move to release that as the first single. Let's see. Happily, which is my third favorite. Well, this is not in ranking order. This one was actually written or co-written by Harry, and it's just a really, really, really fun song. I love it. My friend Ursula actually really turned me onto this song when she talked about, you know, Harry's voice on it, and I said, I have to listen. And yes, I love, 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 love. 4th song, You and I. I am freaking amazed at Niall on this song. Like, he is like the very beginning of the song, and I just was like, that is not Niall. But it was, and he sounds freaking stunning. He sounds great, and I am so proud of him. Through the Dark, number 5. Through the Dark, which reminds me of an old folk western song. Whenever I listen to it, I think of horseback riding and train jumping. And so that's what I want to see for the music video. So One Direction, get on it. I just want to see the horsies. And I don't know how to imitate train jumping. So I think Divergent when I think that. So horseback riding, One Direction, horseback riding. Anyway. And then number 6, Right Now. And that's mainly because Ryan Tedder co-wrote that song. And you can hear Ryan Tedder's influence in that song. You can totally hear by the way that it's sung and the way that it's written. If you are familiar with Ryan Tedder's work, you know that he touched upon this song. You just know it. 7th favorite song, Little White Lies. I just love it. It's just catchy. Yes. Number 8, Better Than Words. And then number 9, Half a Heart. I love the whole album, but those are the songs that have been getting more attention from me according to iTunes. So, yeah. Okay, now the reception of the album. The album is currently getting mixed reviews. Some critics love the direction that the boys took with the album. They're saying it shows immense growth and homage to the 80s, while other critics aren't necessarily as forgiving, and they're saying that the growth is a bad thing for their fan base who currently don't connect with the 80s, who don't connect with it. They're too young for that, or they're too far away from that generation. Bottom line for me is One Direction fans really don't give a shit about critics. No, we don't care what you think about the album. We will support our boys. Like, that's just it, point blank, period. We're more of a listen and form our own opinion type of bunch, or at least I'm speaking for me and a few other Directioners I know of. We listen first and form opinions later. That's just how I operate. Not to mention that One Direction fans are the most loyal fans out there. Like, this fan base, this fandom is not going to leave the boys behind. Like, no. Even if we don't like something, we'll say, you know, that wasn't the best, but I still like it because I like you. And if you know how I am, Justin Timberlake and One Direction are the only groups that I will do that for. Lady Gaga, I reamed into her a couple weeks ago about liking her because it's her and not because she's good. So, yeah, I'm a hypocrite. Whatevs. It's One Direction. I think I can be irrational when it comes to One Direction. Anyway, so yeah, the reception is mixed, but I know this album is gonna sell like mad. It's already the fastest selling album on like Amazon UK's website. So nothing to worry about. Okay, now here's what I think about everything, and this is where it gets a little winded. I have tons of notes. Okay, so my thoughts are that the critics don't really understand the One Direction fandom like we do as human beings. I think I mean, we grow up, we get deeper, we get, more complex, and that's what One Direction is doing. Their fan base is going to grow with them, and I don't necessarily see the problem with them, introducing some 80s style into their music. I mean, if that's what influenced them, then I think they should have it in there. Totally. Like, what's the problem? One Direction, they're growing up, they're turning into men. They don't look like this anymore. They don't look like this. They have facial hair all over their faces. And I think that their music should reflect that. And then I'm kind of also confused that this is even a talking point, because there are several songs on this album that are classic One Direction songs. Like Don't Forget Where You Belong, You and I, which is 2013's version of Little Things. In my opinion, I just think it's an equivalent there. Strong, Happily, Right Now. There are tons of songs that are classic One Direction. And then the vocals on this album are absolutely superb. The growth in the vocals are just stunning, are awesome. I still say that Louis is the weaker of the five, but that does not matter because Louis has always been and will always be my favorite of the boys, always. And there has been growth in him as well. I totally hear it. I'm not criticizing Louis at all. I wouldn't. That's my favorite. If he was sitting right next to me right now, well, let's not go there. Niall for me shined throughout this entire album. Not only did he have more guitar play on this album, but his vocals were so impressive to me. And I just want to pinch his little cheeks or kiss them since I have red lipstick on. You and I, the song You and I, that song for me needs to be the next single for One Direction. It's perfect, even though none of the boys wrote it or co-wrote it. Niall's vocal is just the highlight of that song for me, as well as Zayn. Zayn is famous for his little high notes, his I can't do it. He's famous for that. And so in about the last third of the song, you and I, yeah, I can't do it. That's what he does. He does it much better than me, obviously. But at the last third of the song, he just takes the song way past amazing for me. So Niall started it off wonderfully. Niall, I couldn't stop smiling. And then Zayn took it and just ran home with it at the end. Oh, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. Pure bliss. So I love the album. I can say nothing bad about it. I mean, really, in my opinion, One Direction doesn't have anything to prove. Yes, they're young, and yes, they've only been together for 3 years. They're about to go on this amazing world tour again, the Where We Are tour that I'm going to try my damnedest to get tickets for. I didn't go this past year because of personal reasons, but I plan on going this upcoming year, so 2014, with a couple of other Directioners who are my age. So yay. But yeah, I would love to know what you guys thought of the album. I don't want to compare it to their previous two because it's just growth. It's all growth and influence of what they've been through these past 3 years or whatnot. So I can't compare them because they're different. I can compare 1 and 2 because they're very similar, but 3 is sectioned off. It's a little something different. And I love them all, to be completely honest. Like, I feel like if you package them all together and gave them to me as like a triple disc album, I would buy it and just love it. I just think it's great. So my rating for this album is an A-. Yes, I am biased. I'm totally biased, and I have no shame in admitting that. B+ for quality, but then I give it an A-, all the extra grading, because I'm a freaking Directioner. What do you expect? But yeah, what do you guys think of the album? Comment down below. What is your favorite song? What is your least favorite song? If you have one, you better not have one. What are you looking forward to from the boys? They're going to be performing on Good Morning America tomorrow. They're going to be performing on Saturday Night Live on December 7th. They're going to be doing a lot of promotion for the release of the DVD, This Is Us, their movie. So they're just going to be everywhere. And you guys, Harry has been pushing so hard on his vocals lately, especially with The Story of My Life, with the live performances. And I know that he's tired. He sounds tired. The boys are tired. So let's just send them all the love that we can. We appreciate everything you do. One Direction, we love you. Great album. And yeah, so thumbs up this video, comment down below, and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. I'm on the hunt for 5 more of these, 5 more of these individually. Woo! Okay, bye.